lost at sea. No life vest, no flotation device, just treading water to try to stay alive. It happened to one Florida fisherman. He, along with his wife, are going to be joining us exclusively in just a moment for his first television interview. But first, here's a look at his incredible story. It's an amazing story of survival that made nationwide headlines. Veteran fisherman Steve Moumouris was found alive in the Gulf of Mexico after treading water for nearly 24 hours without a life vest. The 51-year-old set out early for a day of fishing in his 16-foot boat. That afternoon, he texted his wife Sia this picture of his catch and said he was headed back to shore a short time later. At 8 p.m. and no word from Steve, Sia contacted authorities. Fear set in when Steve's boat was located 9 miles from the boat ramp, but he was nowhere to be found. The following afternoon, a family out scallop fishing heard yelling. It was Moumouris, having now been treading water for almost a day. They pulled him on board and brought him to shore, exhausted and lucky to be alive.
We got him on board, and he was fairly coherent. He gave us a phone number for his wife.
Moumouris says he was tossed overboard when his boat hit a rough wave in a storm. Miraculously, he only suffered dehydration and some extreme muscle soreness. He's now not only reunited with his family, but also his boat. Wow, wow, wow. Well, Steve and his wife, Sia, joining us live from Florida for their first TV interview. It is so great to see you both. So happy to be able to speak to you this morning. Steve, first to you. How are you doing? You look fabulous considering the story that we just played. You just got out of the hospital Friday. How you doing?
Yeah. Feeling a lot better. The soreness is still there. I still have a raspy voice, but overall, I'm very thankful. I'm back with my family, and just very thankful to be alive.
No kidding. Take me back there. Take us back to that moment. You get thrown overboard. What's going through your mind?
Actually, my motor stopped, and I was trying to restart the motor, actually 4.6 miles away from the boat ramp, and I decided that I still had plenty of time to mess around before the storm actually came, and I had enough phone app, and I was going for the life vest, believe it or not. It looked pretty underneath the compartment, but as I reached for it, I think I had it in my hand, and just, I don't want to call it a rogue wave because I didn't see anything like that. The boat actually tipped about 45, 50-degree angle, and just I went over like you were flipping a burger on a grill, and my first instinct was just to go after the boat. Immediately, the boat was about 10 yards away from me.
And so the hours continue to tick by. The hours tick by, and you're still treading water. What's going through your mind, and how did you make it through? Because we've been talking about this. Treading water for several minutes in a pool is tough enough, let alone in the open ocean, and you don't know if you're going to make it through.
That's exactly what went through my head. I said, I actually told myself, you got about half an hour to live. Based on the fact that when you do that in the pool, it's real hard to keep, treading water. And then I decided, I said, you got to make a plan and stick with it, and don't give up. I was going to give up when I actually took a breath, and it wasn't air anymore. It was going to be water. And I told God he's going to have to pull me down by the heel if he wants to take me, because I'm going to give it all I got. And I had my family, wonderful friends. I kept that in mind. And the will to survive, I guess, is, life is sweet.
So strong. That will is amazing. Sia, what's going through your mind? I saw you just shaking your head when we were running that piece. What's going through your mind as the hours are ticking by and no sign of your husband?
Well, initially, he's an outdoorsman, so I had high hopes. The only problem, like I told the authorities, would be if he got hurt coming out of the boat. I knew he wasn't on the boat the moment the phone was not answering. I knew he was smarter than that. He had a little bit of an issue with his boat prior. I didn't lose hope. But of course reality comes in. 20-something hours, I knew the things were looking pretty grim. But I knew if anyone had it in him, just like everyone that we know knows Steve, it would have been him.
So
I knew he would be fighting if he was in the water.
And what a fight that was. Nearly 24 hours treading water. Finally, this family, scallop fishing, sees you, comes over, and pulls you onto that boat. What was that moment like in your mind, Steve?
Be honest with you, I don't know if they saw it. It was Mr. Todd and Jennifer Hoy, wonderful people and their family. When I grabbed the boat, I actually tapped the boat on the side. I don't know if I was hallucinating, believe it or not. And that was my biggest fear, hallucinating and actually passing out. You pass out, you're going to drown. You hallucinate, you think you're standing on rocks or something, you're 10 feet under breathing. But I just told them, I said, my name is Steve Moumouris. They're looking for me. And they told me, we know. And I said, you're going to have to grab a piece of me because I can't help you bring me in. And they lifted me up and took very good care of me.
And then, of course, Sia, then you get that phone call from your husband. Can you even describe what that was like?
No, I can't. It was, I get it from the lady that was, that had rescued him, and she says, he told us to call you, he's alive. And that's all I needed to hear, because it wasn't the authorities, and I knew somebody had found him, so he was coherent enough to give him my phone number and to tell him to call me. So I knew he was good. Just glory to be to God is what I said. If that's all I could utter at that moment. Just so thankful, grateful for everyone that was involved in the search, and for the rescuers, and to God, of course, because I truly believe we all witnessed a miracle that day.
A miracle that you can tread water that long, and that those people came there to get you at just the right moment. Steve, Sia, it's great to meet you. I do want to ask you one thing, Steve. Is Sia making you dock that boat from now on? Are you allowed to go fishing alone ever again?
As she knows me, I'll go fishing again, and even by myself, but I'll wear the life jacket. I'd just like to take the opportunity, please, if I could, just to thank the Coast Guard, the Citrus County Sheriff's Department, the Florida Wildlife Commission, all the friends and family that were there for me, my extended family, and all the prayers from all over the nation for me. I felt them out there.
You felt them out there. Well, it's great to be able to speak with you. Thank you both so much for joining me this morning. Steve, wear the life jacket. We'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Chris.